do love some Liliana of the Veil, some black-red decks. That's right up my alley. So, yes, we have, I believe, Nick on the left here is on Yawgmoth, a deck that they played for us some time. On the right, I do not recall who is playing. And who do we have here on the right? Is that Zeke? No, not Zeke.
Right, I'll get the titles updated in a second, but we are on game number 1 here.
Oh, game number 1. A long one. That's why so many lands, I suppose.
Yeah, the issue is that like I never got to endurance like while you were attacking.
Can we mute the game
I had to go for
space mic?
like I know you have to play Cluster Storm. There's like no way.
Good man. All right, it does look like we have cleaned up. I do believe the Jund player took that round. A lot of action on the battlefield there on the right side. Looks like doing a pretty good job of controlling the Yawgmoth player's board. So Jund's tools in this matchup include a lot of removal. Of course, Yawgmoth's trying to get a lot of value out of you, trying to do that to them. Coming in from the board, chat, you think we're going to see a Scavenging Ooze, possibly one of, I wonder? I think maybe you bring in Veil of Summer. Timing on that seems a little bit awkward. Chat saying we're seeing a Hitotsugu in Jund's sideboard. Yeah, I did see an Ashiok in there as well. You'll be glad to know, Travis.
Makes your day. You're like,
I mean, do you bring it in here?
Relevant opinions there.
They have Chord. They have Evolution.
Yeah, Ashiok is great in this deck.
That's what I'm saying, man. There's a reason why you run one of them.
All right, this is Nicholas B, not Nicholas S.
It's true.
All right, I think we should be accurate with player names. We've got.
You are, and we do have Jund on the the clock there with one game up, so that all seems right. Nick on the play.
Oh,
This
I think
round,
Nick might be Nicholas here. I don't quite remember, but it's Nicholas in the player sheet.
Yeah, is that right, chat? Nicholas? I think of this person as Nick. New white card that Rakdos should be worried about. Speaks. I do worry. Rakdos, my jam.
Oh gosh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't looked at any spoilers in a week.
I can't keep up. I just don't even try.
Well, I'm getting ready to go on a trip where I'm going to be out of town and out of contact for 3 weeks, and I've just. I'm leaving this weekend, and
Wow.
Ian will be doing the hosting for the next 3 Modern Mondays. For those of you all just hanging out and tuning in, we broadcast paper Modern Magic the Gathering tournaments here at Guardian Games in Portland, Oregon, every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific. We are on round 3 of 4 here, so we have one more round to go after this, the final round, and this is our kind of backup batch, which both players still have a 2-0 record, and we're going to game 2 here.
Game 2. Jund playing some old school cards there. I do see 2 Wrens and 6s in the hand for Emmanuel. Not really sure how to pluralize that card, but that's how I choose to do it.
What do you, between Boomer and Zoomer Jund, what's the...
I have no opinion on that matter.
You don't have a line?
I have no opinion. I've never played the Saga version, by which is what I assume you mean when you say Zoomer. I do personally want to play a lot of Thoughtseize and Inquisition, so I'm not as huge a fan of the Zoomer build because you just don't have the black to support it.
All right, we have the classic Turn 1 Forest Bird of Paradise from Nicholas B. Kirk, something Magic players have been doing for 30 years.
And I do wonder how long that bird's going to live.
Are we going to have a Turn 1 Bolt the Bird?
Bolt
because
the bird.
That would be beautiful.
This could be 2016.
Oh my gosh.
It could be 2016. Even with the cards we're seeing, except for that awful Forest, most of them pretty old cards. All right.
Ignoble Hierarch, old border, new card.
Just like a deck like that to have the second dork. It's just like them.
Definitely was a speed bump there. It would have been nice to
Oh,
play
sure.
Grist on turn 2.
You bet. You
Jund
bet it
doing
would.
Jund things like shocking themselves each turn. And
Yeah, Ren seems pretty good here. Yep, seems like the play. T2 Grist good against Jund seems like a sentiment with which I can agree. Doesn't seem like a gimme, though, getting that turn 2 Grist against Jund. They do play a lot of one-drop removal.
it's kind of cool here. Both players had 2 copies of their like premier Planeswalker, and Grist is great against Jund. Just being able
There's
to
the shocking. That's why we shock.
take out Planeswalkers and creatures, which I think we're going to get to do here. So do you target the Wrenn 6 or do you target the Voidwalker? Voidwalker really shuts down
Voidwalker's
Nicholas's
really,
plan.
really good in this pairing. It's a tough position that Nicholas is in here. You don't have so many ways to get rid of stuff. I think it kind of depends if you can Yawgmoth next turn. Maybe you just get the Voidwalker. Maybe you get the Wrenn, because the Voidwalker's kind of easy to get with Yawgmoth, maybe. This is why I like to play Thoughtseizing Inquisition, is because at this point I might know what he's holding another one of them Wrens, and it makes my decision a little easier. But I believe the Yawgmoth deck only has 4 Thoughtseizes in the side, and that's about all they get to do in terms of knowing what you're up to.
All right. Yogg is on the battlefield. Doesn't look as amazing when the opponent has a Voidwalker. You're not going to get your Undying triggers.
He can shoot that Voidwalker down kind of trivially, though, unless we have some removal coming from Emmanuel.
You definitely spend two creatures to do it.
Sure, but your Grist makes that a little bit of a less of an ask. Yeah, I think Nick's okay here. I think you go at this point. I think you do take out the Voidwalker first, because otherwise you can't do any of the things you really want to do.
Wow, looking at chat, temporary lockdown 1, a white and a white enchantment, and it exiles each non-land 2 CMC or less.
That's pretty good.
Seems pretty strong.
That's pretty good. I'd play that card if they printed it. Yeah. I haven't played white as much as I used to lately, but yeah, I'm not averse to white for sure.
All right, looks like we blocked with one of the insects, and then we sacked them both to put the -1 counters.
Yep, seems good. And bolt. All right, so clean up the Yawgmoth here, leaving the Planeswalkers head-to-head. And what is Grist on here?
Grist is on 5 right now.
5 is okay. So if we have an Undying creature here, it's pretty easy to get rid of Goyf.
Yeah, looks like
the
insects didn't block. They maybe just gave -1 counters. We don't have the mic on the backup table, so it's hard for us to hear what players are vocalizing, what's doing.
Yeah, I do believe. I think we just shot down the Goyf or the Voidwalker with the Yawg before he died.
Yeah,
that's what I think we did. So I wonder, what is regular John doing about man lands? Are they playing any dens? I feel like Treetop Village's moment is long gone.
Right. Do a little bit of life drain there with the Drolf's Messenger.
Yep.
And we're going to sack it to get rid of the Goyf.
Yep, I like that. I think that's exactly what you do right there for sure. We got our wall in good shape. Wrenn 6, you care about Wrenn 6 a lot less at this point. It's going to keep getting in mana, but it's already, the 4th land drop, and it kind of doesn't matter so much anymore. Not so many cards in hand to where you're going to be able to see a lot of multi-spells coming from Emmanuel. I think Nick's looking in pretty good shape at this point. 1 summoning spell, and it's just his game. Oh, we're hearing chats saying a Raging Ravine still in the Still in the deck for Jund. It's a great card. It's a real game closer when you get it out in the right circumstances.
I feel like it used to be a lot better before Unholy Heat.
I
but
mean, I'd
still
argue Den of the
yeah.
Bugbear is just
better.
kind of
Yeah.
totally better. I mean, being able to play it on turn 1 is really, really important. Turn 1 or 2, I mean to say. Excuse me. All right, pardon me.
But we're fetching for Emmanuel.
Yep.
Getting the basic swamp.
I mean,
preserving the life total there.
Do it at some
The first basic we see.
Got all the mana you want for everything, pretty much. 3 cards in hand, it looks like maybe. One of them land and EE. So we're going to hit the 3 drops. Seems good.
All right, left with the wall on Nicholas's side.
Yep. You got to figure we're going to... Oh, that's 2 more Grists in hand for Nicholas right now.
Do you take out... do you sack your wall to take out this Wren right now?
I feel like... No. I think Wren's time has kind of come and gone.
Like
it's at 2. You're not
yeah.
worried about it ulting. Game's going to be over by then. You know, it can shoot down your guy, but without a Voidwalker, who cares? You know, I think you don't care about the Wren. I think you play around. I think you ignore it.
So Wren's already done the damage, and now the getting a land every turn isn't doing that much for Jund.
That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, I think unless they're playing a land that matters, like a Manland or an Urza Saga, then you don't care. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
All right, just going for the insect there. And there's a cord in Nicholas's hand.
Chad, Den of the Bugbear is absolutely one of my favorite reasons to be in Rakdos. Love that card so much. It's super, super good card. And also, as mentioned earlier, Douthie Voidwalker is a house. Fun card to play. Love that card.
A main deck graveyard hate is always going to have
so
some
relevant.
value.
It's like Modern's favoriteest strategy and has been for years. And so if you have cards that are just generically good against that whole sector of the field, there's a reason to play those cards.
Looks like we're kind of playing fair now for Nicholas.
It does look that way. We're about to crack this Peatland, I think. Get another Wren. All right, so here we go. I guess you can shoot something for 2 if you have 2 Wrens. All right.
An Assassin's Trophy. That's got to be a sideboard card.
Yeah. I mean, what do you care about enough to throw a trophy at it here?
I think nothing right now. I'm probably just,
even from Emmanuel in general, maybe another Voidwalker. You want it for that?
probably just attacking Emmanuel's life total at this point when you're down to like 8 or so.
Yeah, I think that's right. So you come in for 3 on this turn. I guess haste, so you come in for 4 if you sack the dude and shoot his Wren.
All right, looks like that's the route we're going.
And then you got him one more turn and he's yours. Is there a reason that this 5? Is that a 1? Did I miss something? Oh, because the 2/1, so it's a... No, that should still be 4
it should just
damage.
be 4.
I don't know what happened there. You want me to go check in with him?
I think...
Okay, there we go.
Yep, okay. Players fixed it. I remember back in the day when it used to be a debate on when Trophy got printed if like a Trophy or Abrupt Decay was going to be the premier removal spell for Jund.
I do prefer Abrupt Decay personally, but...
Oh, how times have changed.
Chat not liking Trophy against Jund from the side, and I know where you're going with that, Chat, but also, like, you kind of do need to get rid of Douthie Voidwalker, I think. If you think that's coming in against you, or even Scavenging Ooze, you can really get in some troubles trying to do one of the things you're trying to do with the Yawgmoth deck. So I think it's arguably okay to side in a Trophy, or have a Trophy against Jund.
Yeah,
but in general, it's not a very good card, I agree.
I think in this deck, it is a good sideboard card because what your deck is doing really, like you can play kind of a fairish game, but your deck sort of sucks doing that.
Right.
And you need these undying creatures to give you value. And so most decks are going to have some kind of graveyard hate to side in. So, a card like Assassin's Trophy kind of takes care of
Yep.
a wide swath of what that hate could be.
Exactly.
So.
It hits your ley lines. It hits your, your rests and pieces. Not that too many people play that. And I would also say that in the event that you're the Yawg player and you do see an opponent side in and play Ashy, you'd be pretty glad to have that trophy in your hands, because if you don't get the grist to take that Ashy out, then that Ashy's just going to stop you.
Yeah, it's kind of
from
like
doing what you're
it's
trying
like
to
a
do.
catch-all. I think that's like a bad card in a vacuum. But when what you want your sideboard cards to do is specifically destroy your opponent's sideboard cards, I feel like the
Yeah.
downside is worth it.
The point being made here that Maelstrom Pulse arguably better. I think maybe there's some truth to that, especially in a world of Saga tokens. But Maelstrom Pulse, I played some Jund for some time, and Maelstrom Pulse is pretty bad.
Yeah.
90% of 95% of the time, it's a 3-mana sorcery that gets you one thing.
Yeah.
And then you get those like Magic Christmas Land moments. You're like, it won me the game, but that was not what Maelstrom Pulse usually played as, in my experience.
I also think the deck that Nicholas is playing, a lot of times what you're going to be doing is you're going to be digging for answers with the Yawgmoth out, and you want to be able to do like cast your answers at instant speed. So you might be like stacking a bunch of tokens where you're like, I have to like get this removal spell for Dothy, and we get it. You might be doing this at your opponent's instep or their upkeep, and so
yeah, the instant speed I think I agree is important, but I can really see abrupt decay there too. Doesn't hit
all
the
right.
hands, but
We're tied up here, which I like to see. We want to give everyone a full value for their money here.
I think maybe we're going to get our minutes worth of value in this round too, which is nice because we got the 2 games earlier. Now we're going to have third game here. Getting 4 full games on camera plus a little seems all right.
That's what they say about Portland paper. It's bang for your buck.
That's right.
Speaking about bucks, what we do here is all volunteer, and we, Ian, the producer, and myself, Travis, have all this equipment, and we've just acquired it mostly by spending our own money, but then we do some stuff we get from like Twitch subscribers, some YouTube views. So if you didn't know it, we edit VODs and throw it up on YouTube. Views there help us. Subscriptions are rad here. You can just cheer us if you don't want to be like locked into paying money every month and forgetting about it, and then being regretting life choices of signing up for stuff. So cheers go directly to creators on Twitch. Always support and encourage people doing that, but just engagement in chat and following us is also great. We love everyone hanging out here, talking, pointing out how we're wrong, and yeah, just appreciate everyone like hanging out, being nice, talking about Magic, having a good time on Mondays.
Yeah, and it's, I got to say, Travis, that I remember back when the stream was new and there were a lot of comments about it really stood out because of the attention to detail that y'all were putting into it. And I can say as a second-time commentator over the past 3.5 years, it's cool how you're representing real Magic happening in paper right here every week in Portland and have been doing it for years and keep putting time and effort into the channel, and it keeps improving. Y'all got the sickest ball and jam, and I am just happy to be part of it. It's really true.
Good to hear. Looks like Emmanuel does not have a turn 1 hand disruption spell, just a fetch land. Maybe you're going to go get a Triome on the end step. And
could be a kill spell here for
Nicholas has
a critter,
turn 1 play. So we're going to see Lone Wolf. We got a Lone Wolf, the Ragavan killer. I do feel like Yawgmoth is its place in the meta. Whenever you expect a lot of Ragavans, Yawgmoth is pretty good bet.
For real. Yeah, there's a little worse than seeing a young wolf when you just played your monkey. It feels pretty bad. Unless you have a Douthie Voidwalker.
Yeah.
And then it feels okay. Did I mention I like Rakdos? More like Krakdos, am I right? Okay.
Oh.
That's a few beers too many for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's fun looking at people's hands, taking cards out, but yeah, it's kind of hard to. I feel like that's hard to play against 4-color if you're playing a lot of Rakdos. Just they're.
You know what it is. Your hope is the Turok. The kick Turok is how you get there. If you can keep it away from a Fury, you're going to win with that card. But you're not wrong.
Right. We have a 1/2 Tarmogoyf. Not the most intimidating Littergoyf out there.
Yet. And this is where maybe Voidwalker's not so much your friend, but it's your friend.
Okay,
All
Wall of
we got
Roots.
the wall and the gritter. And
Are we
now
going
we
to swing
come-
in for... I would have swung in.
I would have 100% swung in right there. 100%. Because it's still a 1-2, right? You just own the Goyf.
Yeah.
Maybe you're worried about coming back bigger next turn. I don't get it.
Oh, called shot.
All right, chat. You might like to tease me about the Ashiok, but I feel like it's kind of a problem for the Yawgmoth player.
Oh, and Emmanuel self-milling there because Emmanuel...
I like that.
Yeah, thinking that...
I don't know
Yeah.
why you do it really there. I think you're still worried about, like, he can just swing into your Ashy now, and, like, what are you going to do? But
I think
it worked out good for him, but
Yeah, I think you do it so your Goyf gets bigger and you have more card types probably.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
It worked out great. Yeah, I mean, now it's a, what 4/5 or 5/6? Land, creature, planeswalker, sorcery, instant. It's a 5/6.
Oh, man. Looks
That's
like
pretty good Goyf.
chat's schooling me on new cards. I usually am up on spoilers, but I've just been busy packing for a long trip, so I'm, like, saving it. I'm saving it for when I go home tonight so I can, like, settle in, have a beer.
Wait, the name of the card is Urborg Lurborg? No, there is not. Urborg Lurgoyf? That can't be true. That's a great. That name is funny as shit. Can I say shit?
You can say shit.
All right.
It's okay. And looks like we...
It's not really called. Is that really true? Urborg Lurgoyf? Oh, yeah, I wish it was.
All right, we got another Goyf
Conflicting information. If only there was some way to know.
It's not like we have these computers in our pockets.
That's my wife. Did I tell you about our joke? If only there was some way to know.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it looks like Emmanuel was able to play a second Goyf and take out the Grist. Grist seems very good in this matchup.
Grist, yeah, I agree. I mean, if Homie gets a Voidwalker down now, it's some real trouble for our hero Nick. Dashing the monkey. No.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Monkey was in. I guess it makes sense if you're on the play for Monkey to be in, but Monkey's just so bad against so many cards in Nicholas's deck.
I don't like it on the draw, but I think you keep some of them in.
And not only does Nick have walls, but you also have like all these undying creatures, and yeah.
It's it's way better to keep in on the play, very much so. But you probably don't. Maybe you keep. Well, he's got obviously 2, so I would keep more than 2, though. I agree with that.
All right, have a namesake card here.
Did he tick on the wall to get that Yawg in play? Did he actually change the counter? Is it 2?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 3. It was at 2, so he's good.
Okay, we did find the Grist, so that's can deal with Ashiok if you care about it. So maybe Nick's gonna like try to. Well, you don't have really any mana to work with here to like
he's
cast
really
your Blood
mana
Artist.
constrained. And if he loses that hierarchy, he's going to be in real trouble. He's got some lands. He can play one out right there. A land. He's got Dryad Arbor, it looks like.
Because I think
you almost play the Dryad Arbor right here, right? Because it's not going to do anything for you any way you slice it.
I think what Nick is gonna have to do is wait. You're gonna have to play Grist the next turn, and then you can draw into your spell or Blood Artist. Spell that finds a Blood Artist or the Blood Artist. So. But we got a board here.
Yeah, we do. Oh, he's swinging with a Hierarch. That's fun.
Oh, we just tapped it to play the second Hierarch.
Okay.
We're contemplating attacks now.
Oh, no, it cast the... Yeah, all right, I'm all caught up.
All right, we sacked the Yawgmoth, put a negative counter on the Ragavan. And any of these hierarchs can kind of like reset either the Geist or the Yawgmoth.
Yeah, so. And Nick has a grip of cards in hand now. Cord, another Grist, a Dryad Arbor.
I pre-ordered this for standard. This is a 2. Why are you trying to get some? I just wanted to.
So coming in there for 5.
I was gonna say I thought they were Korean. No, they're Japanese for sure.
And is that going at the player or a
I
planeswalker?
feel like we're taking
Looks
out
like
the
taking
Ren
out the
6.
Ren. Do you like that? I mean, with that cord in hand, I feel like you pointed at the Ashy. Can you?
We can't use Cord with Ashiok, so yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah. How big is that Goyf? It's at least it was a 5/6. It's got to be bigger than that now. So maybe you just hope that that's. Why doesn't he block there?
I think if you block
with
with Goyf, then it's only a couple creatures that Nick has to sacrifice to
then
take
you
the
can shoot
Goyf
it
out.
with the Yawg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So maybe you're afraid he does do it if you point at the Ashy, or does he have another answer for Ashy? I wonder.
We got the Grist in hand, so.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, sure.
Nail Spellbomb,
sure.
pretty good.
Spellbomb, pretty good.
And just to draw 2 off the Spyro. All right, I feel like Nick should be able to piece together something right now.
So Grist, and then he's still got 3 mana plus Cord, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can Cord for 2, and that gets him the Young Artist. But
Right,
Blood Artist. But don't they? I think they only play 1.
Looks like we're on turn 0 right now. Is what's happening.
Good spot. The wall roots is getting kind of small now.
Yeah, the landscapers have come by a few times.
All right, so there's 3. There's our Grist.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no, yeah. We're going to force some kind of interaction.
Yeah, it's going to make
here.
him crack this Spellbomb.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Nick is going to be able to play around however Emmanuel wants to, whenever Emmanuel activates his spell bomb. I think Nick is trying to get him to bite at a certain point. So.
Quentin liking to make fun of the Ashiok. I'm telling you, man.
It's definitely been a speed bump for Nicholas, but I think I'm pretty sure Nicholas has it right now. I think if you play Grist and get rid of this Ashiok, that's going to be the game.
I agree. I think you're onto something there. So taking out Goyf first, valuing that pretty highly.
Yeah, very interesting. I guess. All right. Okay, just using the spell bomb or the Boseiju to hit the spell bomb. So now we're going to be able to loop Drolf's Messenger, and Nicholas is going to be up 1 life amounts after that happens a few times. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Emmanuel's thinking, is there an out? Do I have anything in my hand? I mean, obviously you have to blow the spell bomb unless you have a 1 mana card in your hand that you think might be relevant.
No, yeah, you have to blow it out. So he's gonna he can't really do anything with the cord this turn.
And nope, just sees the writing on the wall.
Yep.
That's the game.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So that is going to end round 3. So we're still going to have a final round here in just a second. We're going to take a little momentary break, and we'll be back with the final rounds.
All right.